What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you're feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Environment plays a major part of how some people carry themselves and view the world. I used to debate with one of my homeboys all the time. His argument was, if you are born in poverty, single parent, or parents running the streets, seeing guns, drugs, and bodies at a young age, you will eventually fall victim to your surroundings. My argument was, that's true in a lot of cases, but you have people born in them conditions every day that choose to look past the guns, violence, and take a different path. It's not that they don't understand where they come from, they just choose to do better and make it out, to give back, or simply give their kids an upbringing different from theirs. And to be clear, me being from Baltimore, Maryland, living in Birmingham, Alabama, and Atlanta, also visiting other states, everywhere has a hood and suburb. But I even noticed in some suburbs, it's more going on than in some cities. As you get older, you start to realize it's certain people that fall for the trap and some that don't. Leaving a question I had been fighting with, I used to stand firm on upbringings and being a product of your environment until I realized you have blood brothers that grew up in the same household. One might go be a lawyer or a doctor, the other a gang chief or kingpin because of choices. But what if a person does all the right things, stays above the negative stereotypes, and still lose their life to the streets just because the area or city they live in? And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to discuss a case of two best friends that lost their lives for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Back in 2020, two childhood friends had both overcame a lot and came a long way. 26-year-old Shahjahan McCaskill and 26-year-old Jarrell Jackson. Jarrell was born in Philly in 1994 and educated in the public school system. Growing up in Philly, he saw a lot but fought hard to stay out the way. Graduating from George Washington Carver High School of Engineering and Science before going off to college at Bloomsburg University, receiving a bachelor's degree in psychology in 2017. Jarrell wanted to be a role model and shine a light to the younger children and his family, also in his neighborhood, mentoring the youth, teaching them about education, personal development, and encouraging them to be respectful and positive, working as a health technician full time. Always into fashion, tennis shoes, and clothes. Also, Jarrell loved sports and to travel and see the world. Shahjahan was the definition of a fighter and survivor. Born in 1993, raised in West Philly, he gravitated to sports at a young age, attended a charter school, and always excelled. When he was about 14 years old, his mother began to lose her eyesight, so the family left Philly and moved to Michigan so she could receive better treatment. While there, Shahjahan graduated from Star International Academy in Dearborn Heights, then enrolled in college at Wayne State University as a finance major. At 22 years old, the young man, a junior in college at the time, realized he had a lump in his neck. It was stage 3 cancer, and it had unfortunately spread. Friends and family saw the young man lose weight and hair, but never stopped fighting. After 2.5 years of treatment, the young man would get the good news while home in Philly, he was cancer free. He wanted to continue his education, but needed to make ends meet. So Shahjahan moved to Delaware and worked at a local TGI Fridays as a bartender. In 2018, he launched his own cleaning business, More Commercial Cleaning, and hired young people who needed direction in life before going back to school, graduating from Villanova University with a master's degree in finance in 2020. Both Jarrell and Shahjahan were on the right path. The two friends met all the way back in pre-K grew up together, and stayed close ever since. Even when Shah Jahan moved, their bond was unbreakable. Both had worked hard to overcome their environment, negative stereotypes, even illness. So in 2020, they decided it was time to take a break from all their hard work and go on vacation to Puerto Rico. They reached out to a few friends who were all tied up in an effort to make it a group trip, but the two best friends decided they would still go regardless. After hang gliding, jet skiing, mountain hiking, and partying, it was finally time for Jarrell and Shah Jahan to return home to Philly. On October 27th, 2020, the two men arrived at the airport and was picked up by Jarrell's family. The whole ride, they discussed how nice the beach was and how the trip was last minute but well needed. They pulled up to Jarrell's mother's house in West Philly by 57th and Locust Street. Jarrell tossed his bags inside the house, then asked Shah Jahan, like, yo, you ready to head home? I'll drop you off. In which he replied, yeah, bro, I'm tired. As Jarrell was pulling out of the parking spot in the street, a black SUV cruised by slowly, glanced at the men, then made a U-turn. Seconds later, shots went off on the block, then the car sped off. Jarrell's mother came running out. She ran up to the car to find both her son and Shah Jahan shot multiple times. She encouraged them both to keep breathing before police and ambulance were called. They arrived to the scene and rushed both men to a local hospital, but unfortunately, 20 minutes later, they were both pronounced gone from their injuries. The neighborhood, family, and friends were all in shock. Who would want to hurt the two young men, as all they did was work and help people and stayed in their lanes, far away from the streets. As an investigation started, detectives got word there was a neighborhood beef going on and back and forth on the internet in the area of West Philly where Jarrell's mother stayed, between two groups where they would slide on each other, shooting up neighborhoods, then bragging about it on Instagram, starting a feud and back and forth war to try to up the score. On the day Jarrell and Shah Jahan returned from their trip, a group were looking for get back from an earlier homicide, but it had nothing to do with the two young men. It was discovered the two young men lost their lives for simply being in the wrong neighborhood at the wrong time. In February of that year, police arrested 3 teens who they alleged was likely responsible for the hit on the best friends. One as young as 15, believed to be the getaway driver. Just a half hour after the shooting, not knowing they had killed civilians, the young men posted pictures and posts celebrating. In that area of West Philly, the back and forth war had claimed the life of multiple individuals, sending crime up almost 70%. The two alleged shooters, both just 17 at the time, Jarrell's mother stated he would have wanted nothing more but the best for them and probably wanted to mentor them if he was still living. As of now, I'm not sure if the 3 young men were convicted or not for the situation. Rest in peace to Jarrell and Shah Jahan. These 2 young men fought hard to beat the odds and not become products of their environment. Both college educated, willing to get back to their community and help, and gone because of social media and the neighborhood beef between some hoppers or teenagers they never met. It's crazy when you feel so obligated to get back or up the so-called score, you hit anybody, not even knowing who you really beefing with, shooting civilians. I'm gonna leave y'all with a question. I'm curious. Do you think the teens that allegedly did this were products of their environments or made the choice to go slide that day? Let me know in the comments. Definitely be respectful. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, crazy story. Rest in peace, them 2 young men. I send my prayers and condolences to their family, definitely. But yeah, I ain't gonna talk y'all head out too much more with this one. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. It's another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.